Today, we're going to talk about electricity. Now, electricity is everywhere in our world right now, but this was something totally new when the house was built in 1895. In fact, the W.H. Stark House is one of the very first homes built from the beginning with electricity as a part of the design. And that changed everything. Electricity allowed for totally new ways of doing things, totally new ways of lighting things, and presented a whole new set of challenges to designers and engineers. It also provided a whole new range of amenities and technologies that no one had ever had before.
When electricity was first discovered, people were so excited to figure out all the different things that could be done with it. Between 1880, when Edison perfected his light bulb, and 1900, dozens of new inventions that ran on electricity were created. These new devices completely changed the way people did things and made many things possible for the first time. Before electricity, fire and natural sunlight were really the only light sources. Oil lamps, gas lamps, candles, and fireplaces provided light after dark. Each of them had their own problems. Oil could be expensive and was highly flammable. If something went wrong, it could explode. Gas lamps needed a lot of infrastructure and could also be dangerous. Candles made from beeswax were expensive, while candles made from tallow were cheaper, but smelled like burning fat, because tallow was mostly made from animal fat.
Beyond doing things better, electricity made new things possible. Air conditioning and refrigeration, for instance, are only possible because of electricity. But creating a full power grid and making the electricity, that's not so easy. William Henry Stark, who built the house for his wife, also helped start the Orange Ice, Light, and Water Company, originally in 1892. This was, in many ways, to just give those amenities to his own house. And the company actually operated at a massive loss for most of its early existence. In 1912, the Letcher Memorial Church opened with one of the very first air conditioning systems in the world. It was built by Miriam's mother, and the church features massive, beautiful stained glass windows that didn't open. For the first time in history, they could be purely decorative. You can imagine sitting in a classroom without air conditioning? Not so fun.
Homes built with new electrical systems brought a lot of questions for builders. Where do we put the outlets? How many do we need? Where should the light switches be? These are just a few of the questions builders would need to consider. Today, there are very strict rules and codes about how things should be built. We've also learned what not to do from experience. The Starks home builder had none of this experience and made lots of mistakes. For instance, the dining room is one of the largest and most important rooms in the house. However, it only has one single socket, and it's placed in the middle of the room on the floor. In fact, most of the outlets in the W.H. Stark house are on the floor, not the walls. The scariest one of these is on the bathroom floor. We know today that electricity and water don't mix so well. But when the house was built, these were both very new, and people weren't always sure what the danger was. The house also uses buttons, not switches, to turn on the lights. A shiny silver button turns the light on, and a black one turns them off.
The thing is, in a house like the W.H. Stark house, built to impress, things not only have to work, they have to look good doing it. Electricity presented new challenges, but also new opportunities for people to make the home look gorgeous. There are new ways you can use lighting and new ways that you can incorporate lighting into the design. It also made certain things harder or easier to do. Think about how dramatic this new technology was for people who had been used to basically the same sets of technologies that their ancestors had had for thousands of years. Electricity really was a whole new world, not only practically, but also artistically.